What's going on, everybody?
Mom, I want to brag about my superpowers.
I just want to drink beer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show. Here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for what? For Superman and Lois.
For something we haven't done in a while. TV show review.
I know, right? I know, and we're doing 2 tonight. Yes. Last week threw us for a curveball. There was nothing, but now there's 2 things. But let's talk about this first thing, which we love dearly, and it's time for a dark turn.
Yes, it is time for our dark turn because a lot of crazy shit happens in this. But also, what's really cool about this is that we get the Man of Steel moment, where a tornado comes and basically General Sam Lane says, "Don't save me."
No.
No. Jordan has been kind of a dick lately, but then again, Sarah's been kind of a bitch too.
Both of them are just truly awful. But what's worse is in this one, because there's, of course, the drama of Jordan saving Sarah's life with Junior, because that's what we call the mayor's son.
Yes, the former mayor's son. Anyways, basically, there's a lot of miscommunication going on in this episode between a lot of people. Clark and Lois are more concerned about Lex Luthor getting out of jail after 17 years. This episode is pretty much just Lex going into prison, taking over the prison like he normally does, and basically he pulled the kingpin in prison, as you expect, because that's pretty much what he is. He's a ruthless billionaire. But we did find out that he had a wife and daughter, though. That's a new thing. That's not been in the comics.
Yeah, in 17 years of his life, they were taken away over a lie.
Yes. So the big thing about this, what's going on, is Lex Luthor's about to get out of jail. No one knows that he's being released, but he basically walks over to the Kent's farm. But before we get into that, though, let's get the side stories out of the way. All right, so Jordan.
Let me handle the Jordan thing, because I want to talk about. There is this. I don't know if you can really call it a trope, but when you have a superhero...
Palpatine, you lost your accent there. You're starting to sound like somebody else.
I don't know what you're talking about. When you have a superhero that they're living with their secret identity, they go out and they hear something about him. Jordan gets this moment because you hear Junior... I was rescued by somebody, I swear, and he looks to be about our age, and it wasn't just Superman. And Sarah's saying, oh, well, I don't... I think you're just imagining it. It doesn't matter. And Jordan hears this with the other guys who are teasing Junior. And he says, well, I don't know if there is really a superhero our age. I mean, he's kind of badass, right? But goggles. Ha!
Just for those who are wondering where this took place, that's cool.
Yeah. So he says that, and Sarah, not right after, but it's supposed to be later on, goes to her mother, the mayor, and says, I can't believe Jordan's doing this. He's bragging about it at school, which is just an overreaction. But then on top of that, it just spirals, because then Sarah tells Lana, my bad. Sarah tells Lana tells Clark and Lois, and they react badly as well. Because, well, actually, General Lane was in town talking to them about, hey, there's an article that's going to be coming out, and we're trying our best to keep it down, but he's going to have to lay low for a while.
It's because Junior went and talked to basically the Metropolis. He went above the Gazette, went and talked to the Daily Planet. And, of course, because this is a woman that basically that Lois had trained, as an intern. Now she's a reporter there. So now she's using Lois's tactics against them. And because Jordan is kind of irritated by this, no, they basically, because he said this, he's grounded. He's not allowed to use it. Use his powers or whatever because it blows over. A tornado happens, and basically, he decides to basically sees that because General Lane was on his way back. He gets stopped by these idiots who stopped in the middle of the freeway for no reason.
Because the tornado was in town.
Yeah, it was turned out to the left of them. They could have basically kept going and got away out of its path. But instead, they stood in its path. Anyway, so basically, because he directed all the people underneath the underpass bridge, says, lie down low. Jordan shows up, and he sees the costume there in the truck, grabs it back, puts it on. As Clark's going around, and anybody's played a Nintendo 64 game for Superman, it's really cool. It's basically there is tornadoes that attack, and you have to use your super breath as you're flying in the opposite direction. It's supposed to neutralize it, which really doesn't work in science class, but for this it does. And anyway, so Jordan decides he's going to help out. His dad looks up, surprised to see he's there. He yells him to go away. After the tornado is basically stopped. Jordan decides to stick around at the end there, take selfies, much to General Sam Lane's annoyance and his father's. So that's going on with that thing. And like I said, he does look retarded. The goggles, yes.
Yeah, the goggles are.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a swim meet. But
yeah, I know, right? They definitely could do better for a suit.
So, so while that's going on, that little story's going on. Jordan basically gets in trouble with his parents. They tell him they grounded him, and he kind of butts heads with his dad a little bit. Use powers. After that, we see what's going on at the firehouse is that because Kyle knows that basically that Clark is Superman, he's giving Jonathan kind of an easy time. And Jonathan kind of says something to Jordan about it, and his dad overhears about it. So his dad decides to go talk to Kyle. He says, "Hey, just because I'm Superman, don't give my kid special treatment." Kyle takes this out on Jonathan.
I don't think it's taking it out. I think the way Kyle acts is pretty reasonable. Like he says, "Okay, your dad came and spoke to me, but next time, come to me." This is supposed to be handled in-house. This firehouse is your family.
I understand it, but it wasn't Clark's job to go over there. Clark.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that Kyle was being reasonable, though. Yeah, what he was saying. No, he wasn't punishing Jonathan.
No, he wasn't punishing Jonathan, but he was kind of upset about it. He's supposed to be in-house, Yeah.
Because I also feel that this is very weird because it's coming like 2 episodes after Jonathan kind of proved himself to Kyle. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's been like 4 weeks now, but that's basically what happened. Kyle came to respect Jonathan and realized that he was being a little rough on him. And then when Jonathan proved himself in whatever moment it was, because it's been a few weeks.
Well, the other thing too is that Kyle is right to stop kind of the hazing a little bit because the dude was being a dick. Ooh, I forgot my sandwich. It's like, get off your lazy ass, you volunteer firefighter. I mean, the diner's literally a few feet down the road, probably. They were in a small town.
Well, it wasn't from the design. It wasn't from the diner. It was from Bazumba's.
Yes, which is probably located next to the diner.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that guy was being a dick, and Kyle told him, "Hey, no, he's going to finish his food."
Did you notice how the girls reacted to? Like they're kind of like upset that Kyle even said anything. They kind of like gossiped.
No, I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that crap right away. But anyway, yeah. So that happened. So,
and that's pretty much all the side stories. Let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah. So I was saying that because basically that scene led to whether they watched the 2 heroes going around and taking out the tornado. So after all that goes on, So we got this episode. I said it was seeing Lex Luthor going into prison. Goes up this guy. He's getting haircuts. He said, "I want your razor." He's like, "I'll give you $5 for it." He's like, "No, hey billionaire, give me 50,000." He's like, "How about you give me what I want, and you get to keep your teeth. You want a broken lip, And basically, he talks smack to them. They beat him up, and he smiles. Then he goes to the warden. He gives him a little piece of paper, and he says, "Here, call this number. You have 5 minutes to do so." Then he realizes it's his home number. He calls it, and his wife has been abducted, and his dad's like, "Dude, Dad, you gotta do this. They're gonna kill us." So, and Lex says, "This is how it's gonna be." So at the end of this episode, in the flashback at least, they just show that Lex had all the guards working for him. Now they get revenge on the 3 guys who beat him up. He's now got one of the dudes sitting as his chair, as he's got a table, and they're serving him food. The guy who's missing teeth is his waiter. But
I help you?
yeah, I know, I love it. And that's just the way it is, like, because that's so prudent. Now I gotta say, the guy who plays he's played Abram on The Walking Dead. He really slimmed down for this role. And looking at him as you see him walking over, and he basically shows up at the Clark realizes because Lex didn't announce that he's out of prison. Didn't say anything. He kept it quiet. So nobody knows where Lex is. Lex Corp, the news broke that Lex is out of prison, but they don't know where he is. He shows up at the farm. And man, is he slim. Now, I wish he'd get rid of the beard. We saw the beard in Titans. I didn't need it. I didn't like it then, even though it's a different actor. I still don't like the beard here. You're not Abraham. Get rid of the beard. Just do the clean shave Lex. And the fact he's wearing a jean jacket and jeans. Lex wears suits. He is a
To be fair, here's the thing. He gets out of prison, and the first thing he does is not go to the city. The first thing he does is walk all the way to the Kent's farm. And he's using that time to self-reflect on his journey. That's why we're getting the flashback sequences.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He'll be better dressed.
I hope so. And I hope he puts on some more muscle. Because right now he's just kind of a skinny guy.
I don't know. I mean, they started this show with him working out in the prison.
Yeah, but now he just looks like a biker. Sorry. This isn't Lex Luthor unless he joined a biker gang.
Well, I told you that I didn't like the beard a long time ago. The only one that I gave a pass to was John Cryer, and that's because the beard was so dark and it was short.
Yeah, it's very, very short.
Everybody has long beards now. Where? What are you doing? Why?
Hey, Moon,
are you Santa Lex?
Hey, Moon Man Lexus.
My name is Santa Luthor. Ho ho ho.
Yeah, so basically, Luthor says, "You're gonna stop writing stuff. No more words, because you're the reason why I was innocent. I told you I was innocent, but you ignored it." Mm-hmm. And they try to say it like Lois tried to say. Well, at the time, the evidence pointed out to you. There's nothing you can do about it. She apologized. He said, "No, that's not good enough." He said, "You're no more writing for you. You're no longer going to be a reporter," which doesn't make sense to me. Because what the hell does it have to do with anything? Oh, you have to give one thing I love. She's like, "Okay, I have kids. I don't need to be a reporter anymore." It's like it just seems kind of pointless. But anyway, because he learned of Bruno Mannheim's schemes, he could, Otis finally picks him up at the Kent farm. Now, I'm not sure. Is Otis the one he beat up? There's a guy. I thought Otis is the one he took the razor from.
No. This was a different. I think this is supposed to be a different set of goons.
All right. So anyway, Otis finally picks him up. They head over to basically where Bruno Mannheim was. They go underground. He's like, "I want to show you something. Zombie Superman eating rats." And they basically always like, "What do you want me to do about it, boss?" Before he stands up, and he basically attacks Otis and eats him. We don't see it; it's off camera, but we see the look on Lex's face, and that's how it ends. Zombie Superman. He was reanimated the last episode. It's supposed to be bizarre, the reverse version of him, but he's been eating rats. That doesn't seem normal. And then he stands up. His eyes are glowing blue, and he starts hissing, and he's a damn walker. I'm sorry. We get Abraham looking at a Superman walker. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen because you hear the guy scream. At least Lex is okay, I think. Fingers crossed. But overall, it's a fine episode. Lex Luthor's performance in this is great. He did a great job acting.
Well, he also wants revenge against Superman. He said that's next after Lois Lane. He said I'm going to confront Superman.
Superman's next.
If only he knew that Superman was right there next to him.
Yeah, no time to prepare. Thankfully, we can now confirm that Superman and Lois is getting a season 4. There's only one more episode left in this season. So let us be grateful that this survived, but we're losing General Lane as a cast member. That's going to be the sad thing. I'm pretty sure that he got cut. It's kind of sad, but at the same time,
they should
as a
have had
series regular, that's a little much.
I know they should have had a tornado get him.
I thought they were going to for a second, but who knows? There's still next week's episode where Lex is plotting his revenge, and we get a little glimpse of Superman looking a little bit younger. So maybe we're going back to some of the early rivalry between Lex Luthor
before the boys. Yeah.
Yes. We'll have to wait and see. But we're excited for next week, the season finale of season 3, and then, next season is coming. Let's be grateful for that. And Gotham Knights can go rest in piss. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Remember to start forest fires.
No, don't start forest fires. There's no